Welcome to the deep dive. So today we're jumping into some news that, well, it might seem like just another celebrity story on the surface. But when you start to peel back the layers using the sources you've pulled together, it actually gives this really surprising, quite profound look into personal choices, family values, and, the pretty remarkable life of someone who's basically grown up in the global spotlight.
Exactly. And our mission for this deep dive is really to unpack that recent announcement from Millie Bobby Brown and Jake Bongiovi.
Right.
And we've got some great stuff to work with. We're looking directly at Millie's Instagram post, which is really interesting in how it's phrased.
Okay.
Plus details from interviews, Call Her Daddy, Drew Barrymore's show, Vogue, and, of course, updates on her career. The idea is to pull out the important bits that tell us not just what happened, but maybe get closer to the why and what this might mean for them going forward.
Absolutely, because the core topic today is the news that Millie Bobby Brown and Jake Bongiovi recently adopted a baby girl.
Yeah.
And like you said, it's not just a headline. It feels like this fascinating intersection of a very public image and this fiercely guarded private life.
Definitely.
It kind of challenges maybe what we expect from celebrities and promises insights that go way beyond just the announcement. So let's start right there with the announcement itself. Okay, let's unpack this straight away. Because the announcement, it felt really thought through, specific, almost like a statement of intent, Millie posted on Instagram sharing the news and the wording. It really paints a picture. She wrote, "This summer, we welcomed our sweet baby girl through adoption."
Right. So clear, so direct, straight up tells you how their family grew. No room for guessing there.
Exactly. And what strikes you most about that phrasing?
Well, that clarity, for one. The fact that they chose adoption, and they put it right out there. But then the next part. We are beyond excited to embark on this beautiful next chapter of parenthood in both peace and privacy.
Peace and privacy. That jumped out at me too.
Yeah, it's incredibly deliberate, isn't it? For someone who's lived, her whole teen life under this intense microscope,
Right.
to specifically call for that space, it tells you everything about what they value and how they plan to handle this.
And then the ending.
Simple, evocative. And then there were three. Love, Millie, and Jake Bongiovi. No name shared, which again underlines that privacy point.
And the picture, the willow tree.
Yes, that wasn't just a random background, I don't think. Willow trees, they're packed with symbolism.
Like what, specifically?
Well, they often stand for growth, resilience, being adaptable, deep connections, but also grounding, protection.
Okay, I see. So for a couple starting parenthood through adoption.
It resonates deeply, right?
Yeah.
Growth, resilience, connection, protection. Choosing that natural image reinforces this desire for a grounded, sort of organic, protected family life.
So that immediate call for privacy woven right in. It's like setting a boundary from the get-go.
Exactly. It's saying, we're sharing our news, but we're not sharing our lives. Not in that intrusive way. It shows they're approaching this wanting to nurture their family quietly, despite, being incredibly famous.
Yeah.
It's almost radical self-preservation today.
It really is striking, that commitment to their own space. And this adoption news, it follows not too long after another big step for them.
Their marriage, yeah.
Right, their wedding was about 15 months before this announcement. And it's worth remembering their ages then. Millie was 20, Jake was 23. And Jake, of course, son of John Bon Jovi. So, two young people, both with connections to the public eye, making these very big life choices.
And that decision, marrying young, especially given their careers and when a lot of people their age are, figuring things out, it does make you wonder.
It's not the typical path.
No.
Yeah.
But Millie actually gave some really interesting context on the Call Her Daddy podcast and says a lot about their values. She said, basically, we had really great role models. We didn't see any different. And she pointed out that both her parents and Jake's parents, they also married really young.
Wow, okay. So it's like a family pattern almost.
It speaks volumes, doesn't it? About how much family values and the examples your parents set can really shape things.
Yeah.
It suggests it wasn't just an impulse,
Right.
but something that felt natural, rooted in their family histories. Kind of an anchor for them, maybe, in a very unconventional life.
That's a great point about role models. Makes it feel less random, more like continuing a tradition. But the way they met adds another layer, doesn't it?
Oh, yeah.
It started through a friend, but then apparently Millie cold called Jake.
She did. Wow. Okay.
Yeah. Not your usual Hollywood story. Take some guts.
That is fascinating because you've got these very traditional influences of the parents marry young,
Yeah.
the value placed on that, mixed with this really modern, bold move to start the relationship.
Yeah.
A cold call. It shows her confidence, her agency, and it sort of bypasses all the usual celebrity dating stuff. So this quick progression, bold meeting, marriage, now adoption, it really does challenge the usual timelines for starting a family, especially for people so young and famous.
They're carving their own path.
Clearly, based on their own mix of tradition and modern confidence. Seems like they know exactly what they want.
And that path seems to involve a very specific kind of home life now. Our sources mention they live on a farm with a string of animals,
Yeah.
which fits perfectly with that peace and privacy thing they mentioned, right? It's not the flashy LA mansion vibe.
Not at all. And if you connect the dots, that farm life, the animals, it ties straight into Millie's passion for animal welfare, which isn't just a hobby for her.
No, it seems like a huge part of who she is.
Definitely. It's consistent. Shows this deep commitment to nurturing, to responsibility. It's not a new thing for her.
And the scale of it is, honestly, it's kind of mind-blowing. She's linked with a dog rescue, Joey's friends. She told Vogue she's rescued over 230 dogs personally.
230?
Yeah. And get this, on Drew Barrymore's show, she said at one point she was fostering 23 dogs at home.
23. Okay, just imagine the work involved in that.
Right. The logistics, the care, it's immense.
Yeah.
Those numbers really show her dedication. It's not just talk. It's serious, hands-on stuff.
It absolutely is. It's a huge commitment. And it makes you think, how do all these pieces fit together? Global star, married young, quiet farm life, massive animal rescue operation.
Yeah, it seems like a lot.
But maybe it points to this consistent value system.
Yeah.
Centered on, nurturing, taking responsibility, creating family, whether human or animal.
That makes sense.
That level of dedication to animals, it gives you a real insight into her capacity for care, her desire to provide a safe, stable home. If you can manage 23 foster dogs.
You can probably handle a lot.
Exactly. It suggests a certain discipline, compassion.
Mm-hmm.
It sort of underpins everything else. And maybe makes that desire for peace and privacy not just a preference, but essential for that kind of life.
And she's doing all this while juggling an absolutely massive career. A career that started when she was, 12?
Barely, yeah.
Well,
with Stranger Things.
Which is, one of Netflix's biggest shows ever. It's wrapping up its final season soon, end of 2025.
A global phenomenon.
Yeah.
Huge pressure, long hours, constant media.
Yeah.
For years.
Right. But it's not just been Stranger Things either. Think about the action roles. Damsel, the Godzilla movies. That's intense physical work.
Training, long set days.
Then you've got Enola Holmes. She just finished the 3rd film for that. Apparently, that's more character-driven. Plus the electric state, it's just relentless.
It's an incredibly demanding schedule, would exhaust anyone, let alone someone who started so young and is now making these huge personal life choices.
Yeah, her plate has been full since she was a kid, basically.
And this is where you really see the central challenge, or maybe the paradox of her life. It raises that big question.
Yeah.
How do you handle that kind of intense global career starting so young?
Mm-hmm.
While also making these incredibly profound personal choices, like getting married young, now adopting. It suggests amazing maturity, resilience, a really clear sense of what matters to her.
It does make you wonder.
Yeah. How does she balance the Hollywood machine, the travel, the scrutiny, the demands, with what seems like this very real, deep desire for a private, grounded family life?
It's like a constant tightrope walk.
It really is. Between the public stage and the private sanctuary she seems to be building, maybe that private life is the counterweight she needs for the professional chaos, deliberately creating that quiet space.
What an incredible journey they're on already. This deep dive, it really shows how one piece of news, adopting a baby, can open up this whole complex picture. You see personal values, surprising choices, the unique challenges, and the joys, too, of growing up, building a family, defining your own world when everyone's watching. So you, listening, you've hopefully got a much deeper feel for Millie Bobby Brown's world now, beyond just the headlines.
Yeah, definitely more nuance there. And it leaves us with maybe a final thought for you to chew on.
This world that constantly pushes for public sharing, where every moment feels like it needs to be online. What does it actually mean to consciously define and protect your own private space?
Good question.
And how do people, famous or not, just regular people navigating life, how do we all balance ambition, work demands, what society expects, with our own deep personal values and that a really fundamental human need for some peace and privacy.
That's a big question. And it applies way beyond celebrities, doesn't it?
Absolutely. It's something relevant to all of us, really. How do you draw those lines?
Yeah. A lot to think about there. A powerful example of trying to live intentionally, I guess. Well, thank you for joining us for this deep dive into the world of Millie Bobby Brown and Jake Bongiovi. We hope you enjoyed digging into these layers with us.
I hope so.
And we hope you'll join us again next time to explore another complex topic here on The Deep Dive.